Okay, so the first half of Kaya's Hangout story quest event was getting a little weird. So I got one ending, and then we came back to Mondstax. He said he felt better here, and then we're gonna try to ask Venti for help, which is getting weird already.
Passion and joy, huh? An intriguing perspective. By this logic, I suppose Lord Barbados would also enjoy the choir's performances.
But Venti is... oh my god.
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient guidance and protection that the people of Mondstadt can now sing such beautiful hymns in the cathedral. It must be quite satisfying for him to hear a joyful people lift up their voices in song.
It's like he's guilting him. But Kaeya doesn't know that Venti is the Animal Archon, does he?
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought. In principle, the hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very worldly concerns. So what really matters is that the people enjoy what they're listening to.
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way, perhaps she wouldn't feel so distressed.
Huh? Distressed? About what?
You explain her predicament to Venti.
Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good.
If they aren't singing the same tune, huh? Even if their voices aren't in harmony?
I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animal Archon weren't all singing the same tune.
Gee, don't fucking gloat me.
Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstatters sing their hearts out however comes naturally to them.
Which, oh god, he's talking in third person because he is the Animal Archon, but Kaeya doesn't know that, but I do, so he's like subtly stabbing me quietly.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered by the whole thing. If only a kind soul with a deep understanding of poetry and music could help her.
Don't look at me like that!
More drinks?
I only brought enough money for one bottle today. I'll have to pass.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
Wow! Thanks, Kaeya. You were one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast-track love poetry class. I always did admire your enthusiasm and kindness.
Oh my god, he's trying to fucking blackmail him. He's like, you're gonna have to do it. 'Cause remember that cider I bought you? Huh? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, stab, slap.
With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it falls to this humble bard to pass the blessing on to another.
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile alcohol purchase I've ever made. With your help, Sister Gracie's problems are as good as solved. Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animal Archon. Perhaps it's her depth of devotion that causes her to worry too much about the smallest things.
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. Right after I finish this cider. Next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be sad no more.
I don't know about that. Say your farewells and enjoying fine wine. Kaeya leaves first. You left me here with him? Oh my god. Hi.
Kaeya is a wily character, but free wine is always the most delicious.
You know, Venti, you can always refuse, you know?
It's fine. I mean, the church's choral hymns aren't exactly my strong suit, what with all the finicky formalities and so on. But as long as there is love for music in the air, I'm sure I'll be able to help.
Sounds like it'll actually take a lot of work. You're not just doing it for the wine, are you?
Hey, if I'm happy and Sister Grace is happy and the audience is happy, that's a great thing, isn't it?
But... Duel. That look on her face fits exactly how I feel right now. Like, look at her eyes. She has the most devious look on her face, like, boy, you are gonna get fucking got so hard. You are gonna get got so hard. Oh, shove Venti in the box. Put him in the box and take him away. Let me see.
Kaeya is a wily character. It's fine. I mean, the church. Hey, if I'm happy.
Okay, same as always. Wait until 6. Yeah. My fan keeps losing power because we're apparently under a storm watch, and every time that we get storms, the power in my house fluctuates. Disappeared, what a freak. Just fought on my death. Grab the wall. Yep. Hello, doggo. I am cat person. Cute. Man, it's taking me like forever to get there. Holy shit.
Yep.
Even she agrees. She keeps saying, yep, it's taking forever. Oh god, her stamina, no. Please, not like this. Yep. It's questionable. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Sister Grace. How are the rehearsals going?
Captain Kaeya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful in nature.
Fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean?
What are your thoughts, Venti?
Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their favorite songs. Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just too difficult. So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them? One that they'll be able to grasp quickly? If you want, I could help.
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an innovative idea. What's stopping you from considering it, Sister Grace?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be a major departure from tradition. I'm just not convinced that it's appropriate.
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? Giving believers the chance to express themselves freely seems like it would be a very positive thing. So, Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would like to hear a new melody?
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
Okay, well, let's see what our other friend thinks. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
I, for one, have been inclined to agree with Venti's understanding of Barbados, considering the fact that he is him.
Another vote of confidence. Maybe there's hope for this idea yet.
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but... Oh, well, it's not a completely unreasonable idea. I suppose it can't hurt to try.
Looks like we're all in favor then. So let's start preparing. Sister Grace, could we trouble you to inform the choir members?
Of course. I'll tell them now, and then we'll give this a try.
Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more fresh ideas we have, the better.
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler.
What should I look for? What should I say to them?
Let me think. Since we're composing a song, we should try and recruit at least one person who understands music. Ah, I know. Sister Grace, how would you feel about us asking Sister Barbara to provide her...
I was gonna say that because she sings all the time.
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure Sister Barbara would be very willing.
Perfect. Traveler, why don't you head into the cathedral and invite Sister Barbara to join us? I'll look for another friend who's interested in helping us.
Venti, I am just not used to you standing around.
Got it. With this melody, it'll be much more expressive.
Whoop.
The wind rises.
Oh, hello. Hey, she waved at me.
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral.
Barbara, just the person I was looking for.
Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. What is it?
You tell her about the plan for writing a new song.
Oh, I see. What an interesting idea. The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. Very few people would ever think to create a new one, but as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, perhaps our new song can become part of the tradition that is passed on and bring joy to future generations.
You look like you're dying inside.
I never imagined that the bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. I'd really love to be a part of this.
We're having a discussion in the plaza now. Would you like to join?
Sure. Let's go there together right now.
Oh, right. The bells. I've never heard them before. Don't stare at me like that, Scara. Wow! No, fuck! They captured me so hard! Oh, it's Diona. What was that cut?
You're here.
Why would I approach from that direction when I met her from the other direction?
You took your sweet time.
So, Kaeya's helper is Diona, huh?
I've seen Kaeya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. He's a trickster plain and simple. So now, I gotta check with you guys to see if what he's saying is true.
She reminds me of Sakura from Naruto.
Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even the evils of Mondstadt's wine industry?
Oh my god.
And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear it?
Do you think she can really write about that? Let's hope D-Luke won't mind.
I can guarantee he won't.
Why do you say it like that? Why do you stare at me like that? Good!
I'm gonna write this! All these hands will be punished harshly by Lord Barbados!
I'm dying inside, I'm fucking dying inside.
That's a very novel idea indeed.
I wonder how Diona would feel if she realized that the Animal Archon is the biggest drunkard in the whole fucking world and he's standing right in front of her fucking face.
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir. I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted. What a relief.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara. I'm so honored.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we start by picking a theme for this song?
Oh my god.
I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should be Praise be to the gentle and loving Lord Barbados.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking hurl.
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks originality, and that it may not be to Lord Barbados's liking.
Wait, does Kaeya actually know that Venti is the Animal Archon? Because he's fucking acting like he does. Did I miss something in the story that I don't remember? Wait, does he actually know? Because now I'm starting to think that he does.
That's Kaeya for you.
Oh my god.
I'd suggest that everyone start by thinking of the little things in life that bring you joy. Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head soup my mom cooked last night?
Okay.
Of course you can.
I think I'd like to rejoice in the precious days spent together with family.
I'm on par with you.
Let us praise Mondstadt, the city that allows us to sing freely.
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Let's write them down. And then Kaeya can... huh? Kaeya?
Hold on.
Okay, everyone. Write your ideas down once you've got something. And then we'll open it up for a group discussion.
I think the song should express the joy of being together with family.
I think I should blind myself to death with the sun rays.
Should I write about fish head soup or Leeway grilled fish?
Or should I write about how I can't find my brother who's an evil son of a bitch? Kaeya, what are you, what is it? What?
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate in the discussions?
Do you want to leave?
I just wanted to take you to hear a performance. But that obviously didn't happen, thanks to the problems with the choir rehearsals. The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. If I stay here any longer, I'll probably get roped into singing with them. I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting abilities are limited.
And here you are helping other people out when you're supposed to be kicking back and relaxing.
If doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, then I suppose I didn't get to relax. But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around, see what's happening, and insert myself into interesting situations.
Son of a bitch! Oh, shit! I said that in the last video, and at the beginning of this one where he just keeps hitting on me subtly, and I can't take that line or insert myself. I will bitch slap the fuck out of you. Didn't I tell you that I'm your friend? Please stop.
Besides, can you be so sure I didn't have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these past few days?
I don't know.
I spy two naughty students skipping class. And it just so happened to be the very two who asked me to help Sister Grace in the first place.
Venti, I know you're the Animal Archon and you can hear things on the wind, but please fucking stop that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I had like this scenario I thought of one time. Remember how they kept saying that the gods actually destroyed Connery and Lumine found out? I had like this scenario in my mind of her freaking out so bad over Venti and Zhongli that she tries to escape and they both are hunting her down at the same time. So every time he comes up on me, my mind is like, no!
We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now. Hey, why is it that you look like you're trying to run away?
See what I mean? Oh my god. Can you escape the Animal Archon? Can't he just trap you with a wind vortex or some shit? You know, I would actually try it. I'd be like, fucking catch me, Venti. I don't give a shit if you're the wind god. Fucking try it.
I still recall the teachings of Professor Venti.
The Animal
The
Archon?
Animal Archon cares not about how moving the people's songs of praise are, but rather whether or not the song comes from the heart.
Oh my god.
With so many true believers gathered together earnestly writing a song for him, I'm sure the Animal Archon is watching on and feels very satisfied. That's what a song of worship is all about. So, mission accomplished.
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything is concluded. I don't know. Something about it just resonates with me.
You think writing poetry is too much trouble. You're just embarrassed to sing. If I rat him out, will I lose a heart?
Oh no. You've seen right through me.
Wow, that was a craftily crafted speech. I almost fell for it.
Oh my god.
But to share all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything is concluded, I don't know. Something about it just irritates me.
You said one friend, but there's two of us here. So who's the friend?
If you don't want to write a poem, then let me give you one. Abandoned to whatever fortune the cruel waters bring, bereft of control, directionless I swim. The swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring. Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail. None but the ocean to hear as I sing. The stars in my eyes as I chart toward the horizon, that into one day from the endless dome of night I shall spring. If you are a chaser of freedom, the animal Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out and sing with everyone?
I like how you just said if you're a chaser of freedom, the animal Archon will bless you. But get this, what if our freedom is for us to leave this area right now? You are therefore contradicting yourself. Isn't that in itself not freedom? Us wanting to leave? Venti, what are you doing?
A boat that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn. A beautiful image.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
I want to strangle you.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to rejoin you.
Oh my god.
Let's head back together. You two of all people have to be there for the grand finale.
Don't stare into my eyes like that. There's the lamp. If you're a chaser of freedom, why not sing with everyone? Alright, so let's see, where are we missing an ending? Missing 3. Okay, so there's 2 there. God, this scroll's like the slowest shit. Reunion, hold on. I literally have to like zoom in onto the there you go. Oh, it's all the way back in Sumeru. Shit. Man, the way he comes on, like, I couldn't take that line seriously, bro. The let me insert myself. Motherfucker, I'll slap the shit out of you. Like, he was subtly saying really sexual suggestive things, but not saying them, but saying them. Like, holy shit. That, like, the whole time I kept saying, I know what you're meaning, I know what you're hinting at, I do not think so. That's how I am in real life. I hate the fact where somebody thinks that because they're attractive, they can just get away with everything, or expect people to go along with everything they say because they're attractive, and I hate that. It's like, look, you can be the hottest man on earth. You make jokes at me like that, and I will fucking shove you to the curb and tell you to fuck off. I'm not like other women who will just go with you because you're attractive. I don't fucking think so. If there's not a mutual connection between us, you're not getting shit from me. I won't even be your friend. Don't even fucking think so. That's why I kept telling him over and over again, I am your friend. Friend in bold italics? Mother... Hello, hello, hello.
You're always so busy. It's hot anyway. Life is short, so we should make the most of the time.
Shut the fuck up. Let me take you somewhere new.
Great. Music to my ears. I'll cover the travel costs, of course. There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a good friend. Let's call this a nice little excursion to round off my long business trip. Now, let me think where we should go.
Oh, my head.
I've seen a lot of Sumeru already, so let's go for someplace new.
Inazuma?
How about Liyue?
Oh.
I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way.
I know Liyue inside and out.
Well, lucky me. I'll hold you to that. Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius, so the address on their letterhead is one of the few places I'm familiar with. I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment, and then we'll head there together.
And he comes on so hard. Alright. I have a lot of friends in Liyue. I wonder who I'll run into. I have like a lot of friends here. But there's only ever a few people who come to mind. Zhongli. Hu Tao. Chao. I've even run into Kaza a few times here. And we got Chang Yun and Xing Shou. And Yan Fei. Shan Ling. Yun Jin. Ning Guang. Kaching. Like, Jesus. I know everyone, and everyone knows me. And if they don't, then fuck.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you.
I have friends all over Liyue and can score discounts galore. Oh my god. I know all the best scenic spots. Can't go wrong when you're with me.
Great. Maybe you can tell me about your previous travels here along the way. It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything, go on a long trip, and see something new. Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure.
What?
Just like how I met you in Port Ormos. And now we're here. Come on, let's see what's up ahead.
He's like coming on so hard. And I don't know how I feel about it. I know there are a lot of people that like these things because it's almost like a dating thing, but I personally don't know how I feel about it. So stay around the harbor. I think I need to go up. I hope we don't run into Child, because I swear to God. Am I supposed to go up or down, though? It's telling me down. Okay, hold on.
Do you know this shop?
Yeah, I thought
It looks
so.
pretty nice from the outside.
Ooh.
Shall we take a look?
Yeah, why not? I thought it was her, but I wasn't sure.
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry. We are a long-established trader of precious stones. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry you've got here. Maybe I can grab something with a local flavor as a souvenir. What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
Already buying souvenirs on the first day of your trip. Goods from Mingxing Jewelry don't come cheap, are you sure? Actually, let me check if they sell anything off the shelf. Why would I say that? I mean, they're not, but this is going to determine my ending as well as how he sees me. But me warning him is kind of showing consideration, right? Like, are you sure?
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting some jade. You can't go wrong with a nice jade pendant. They're an elegant addition to your look, whatever your age or gender. If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it to your specifications. It does take some time to fulfill an order, however. High-quality jade is hard to come by, so our waiting list is at least a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long. So as much as it pains me to do so, I'm afraid I'll have to leave this beautiful bijou behind.
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shoto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones.
Hi, you the jade betting guy? Ah, the guy with the uncut shoe stones. That seems like the guy with the uncut stones, you the jade betting guy.
Exactly. But on that note, let me give you a word of advice. There's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut. But you could lose all of your mora betting on uncut rocks.
I should have said it, I was going to.
I won't say any more, as I don't want my fellow vendors to think I'm bad-mouthing them. But I think you catch my drift. It's only human nature to spend a little when you're on a trip. But don't be too hasty to part with your cash. The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes everyone's economic well-being very seriously, and they often send out the Millilith to spread public awareness of well-known scams. As guests here, I'd encourage you to watch out for anyone trying to rip you off.
I think that's sound advice wherever you go into that. We appreciate it, boss.
I should have said that because I knew it, but well, I'm probably gonna have to replay through this section again anyway, so. Oh, God. Yeah, that's the guy who's a fraud. He's like a doughy.
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
Oh my God.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a look at the pre-cut jade.
I believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be quite so wary about with my business. Feel free to peruse at your leisure.
Oh my
I
God.
think you'll find that everything I do here is entirely above board and legitimate, and I sell only pure and unadulterated goods. No scam guaranteed.
Oh my God, you have to talk with a flair in your voice like you're trying to be Kuja from fucking Dissidia.
Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if you're unlucky, but that doesn't make it a scam. My terms are clear and transparent, and I only do business with willing customers. What scammer can claim that?
Oh my God.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the vendor is charging. If the customer decides to hand over their money, they're taking the bait of their own free will.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Although your peculiar phrasing at the end there, you almost make it sound as if I really am scamming people.
Because you are.
Anyway, betting on jade is what it is. Feel free to try your luck, but if you can't afford to lose, then it's not for you. We don't need to cause each other any trouble. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while I deal with other potential customers.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir.
Are you really thinking of buying it?
Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain it for a bit.
I have better quality pieces than these. These coral lapis pieces are more a dozen.
Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll pass.
Shady people.
Ahoy there, Captain! Fancy seeing you back in town. Struck any gold lately?
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking. I barely managed to make ends meet. What about you, Chateau? Still scamming people with your pile of rocks?
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got customers? But more to the point, when have you ever seen a customer get scammed in my store?
I mean, you want the full list? Or... Hold on. Is that Captain Kaeya? What, brings you to Leeway?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. One-man restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter is a skilled chef, and their prices are very reasonable. My wife can't get enough of their boiled fish. You could give that a try. And, speaking of my wife, she won't let me forget what a great help you've been to us before. So thank you, on her behalf.
Your wife? Ah, yes. How is she doing these days? Keeping well?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway, I've got something I need to do down at the South Wharf, so my apologies, Captain Kaeya, but I'd better get going.
All right. See you. Ah, I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Mondstadt and Liyue.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you were talking to. Well, that explains the generic pleasantries and the general awkwardness. Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other, anyway?
Maybe he owes Kaeya money. Maybe he owes Kaeya a favor.
Nope, that's not it. I don't give out loans. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry, and ended up passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
Well, it still seems strange to me. Sure, he's hardly the most charming conversationalist, and he's also mighty stubborn, but all of us know old Wu is an honest and kind-hearted man. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there, when he took a tumble and injured himself. I helped to patch the kid up, and the next day, old Wu was here to buy a couple of uncut stones. I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself, that's all. Normally, he's the kind of guy who, if you run into him on the street and he owes you a favor, he'll grab you by the hand and thank you profusely until you ask him to stop.
I was gonna say favor, but I wanted to be funny.
Well, stubborn, I can believe. Someone had drilled a gaping hole in his ship, and the water was coming in fast. How he managed to make it all the way to Mondstadt, not to mention with his cargo intact, I have no idea.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. It must have been one of the less savory captains out there trying to sabotage his business, so they can squeeze their way into the market. When competition is stiff, sometimes things get ugly. It's the way of the world, unfortunately.
True.
His line of work isn't easy. The poor fellow usually has to set sail before the break of dawn. He's been loitering around a lot these past few weeks, though. I thought maybe he'd come into some Mora. Competition is fierce these days, and there's not a lot of Mora to be made in shipping. So every day he stays idle is another negative in the books. I do wonder what's gotten into him. Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives, so who knows? Maybe he had some important cargo to see to. Either way, good sir, don't mind him.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
No.
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? Might I suggest a tea house is somewhere to rest your legs? If memory serves, they're just about to retell the tale of Bravebeard the Valiant from the top. Why not pay them a visit?
Huh. Sounds interesting enough. Let's check it out.
Oh my god. I like how he says look me in the eyes when he literally wears an eye patch to hide the fact that one of his eyes is deformed because he's a fucking Conorian. Oh dear, what will I ever do? I can't help to reach the top. Yeah, I literally just did that. Can he fit through here? What? Oh, Skara. No. No, Skara, no. Oh, okay. Wait. No, that's just... Can he not? Can she fit? No. I probably would have needed a smaller character. Woo.
So this is the Hangout tea house.
Fine teeth.
We meet again, Captain Kaeya. What a coincidence. Twice in one day.
Didn't you say you had something to do with the South War?
Oh, that didn't take me long. And I ran the whole way.
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwan Bookhouse buying a book for your daughter? What's this talk about the war?
Shh, just leave it be, John.
There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else. I take it that you two aren't from around these parts. I'm a caravan guard by trade, and meeting people from all over the world is one of the main perks of the job for me. Why don't you join my table so we can get to know each other?
I am literally the fucking hero of this land, and you don't know who I am? She's literally the savior of Liyue. This is a joke, right?
Oh, seems like the tea house is the place to be in Liyue. Feels like I'm back in the angel share. Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you, Captain Kaeya, she might not have even made it into this world.
I'm so lost, Wu. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaeya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter.
So wait, you two have met more than once? So Kaeya saved you more than once?
Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt to visit her parents this one time, when we were mugged by a group of treasure hoarders near Dawn Winery.
Oh, that sounds awful. Were either of you hurt?
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad. I'm guessing Captain Kaeya stepped in before they could do either of you any serious harm, huh?
Yes, he did. Thankfully, he heard my wife crying for help and drove them away. My wife was injured, quite shaken up by the ordeal. So he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
So what happened to you? Where did you disappear to?
I was in the water.
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
No, that's not... They threw me into the water and stripped me of all my clothes.
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu. I'm just glad that everyone made it out all right at the end.
Captain Kaeya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. You don't have to do anything more. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. There's no point in me trying to save face now. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use it as leverage to get my wife to pay up. They didn't know that I could swim. What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way to rescue my wife. That was before Captain Kaeya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. So then, I figured I'd get out of the water, get dressed, and catch up with you, but God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after you with nary a thing on myself.
Outrageous!
So, what happened next?
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first. And they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
The only lord I could think of is D-Luke.
Oh, Wu, I'm sorry. But...
Ooh, good luck living that one down.
Trust me, I know. My wife never lets me forget.
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't intending to share that story.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. I don't know if I can ever repay you for all you've done. That's why I get so embarrassed every time I run into you. Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? The tea's on me. It's the least I can do. In fact, they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, poor Wu. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. It's just...
I wonder how much Vanaria caught of that. Old Wu really has no filter, does he?
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story. But since he didn't seem to mind, I wasn't about to stop him. I did actually forget at first, but once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapades came flooding back.
Oh god.
D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight out the door, great sword in hand and raring to go. I haven't seen him so angry in a long time. So many people owe me favors nowadays. It's hard to keep track of them all. I really should go check my favors ledger once I'm back and refresh my memory.
You have a favors ledger? That's alarming.
Hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook?
Obviously not.
I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I have no intention of asking him to do anything for me in return. At least, not so far.
I'm back with fruit. Please help yourselves, everyone. My treat.
Thank you.
No, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant. Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have more to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
Pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition, the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new medication they're producing. It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint and limb pain. If you didn't know, it's a very common health complaint among sailors, but also extremely difficult to treat. I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this once it enters the market. It's a good cause, and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did before. I've already had some talks and invested 1 million more for the first round of funding.
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, it was his master, Dr. Baifutsu. His medical expertise and clinical experience are second to none. And he really cares about his patients. He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated bone-strengthening pills when he saw me suffering from my leg pains one day. It was like a miracle cure. The pain immediately went away.
Dr. Baiju's master.
Who's dead?
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me, completely for free. He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "it goes against generations of tradition handed down by our forebears." But he just felt like it was the right thing to do. What a great guy.
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
Just out on the street? I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and respectable gentleman we're talking about. There's no faking that.
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He also described it as a miracle cure. He spent a lot of mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gui took one look and told him he bought nothing but regular painkillers. This Baifutsu you met. Did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
He did.
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of mora involved here. It seems like it would be worth asking this Dr. Baiju about his master, just to set the record straight. You could show him the medicine as well. Clearly there's some misunderstanding here.
You're right, Captain Kaeya. A quick trip to Boo Boo Pharmacy and I can get Dr. Baiju to clear all of this up. I'm sure it's all... I mean, hopefully it's all fine.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now.
Yeah, 'cause he just said he dished out a Hylian Moria to a guy who's not real. I know Dr. Baiju, maybe I should go help.
Let him deal with this, okay? No point in you stressing yourself out, too. Fraud or not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly who he's gotten himself involved with. I'm no Dark Knight hero, or a martial arts hero for that matter, and neither are you. Wait, where are you? Now that I think about it, I can see you having a secret double life as a martial arts hero here in Liyue. You certainly have the personality for it. Either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in a proper manner. If a couple of outlanders like us get involved, we might just end up muddying the waters, even with the best of intentions. We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember? We don't want to get our priorities mixed up. Oh, and look at that. The storyteller's taking the stage.
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. But alas, for the woes of the world are equally limitless. No such stranger to woes was Huang Guang, a man who, having suffered countless injustices at the hands of his fellow men, forsook them to dwell among the mountains and rivers. Yet fate fortuitous found him when he entered the tutelage of an adeptus and learned many mystical arts from them. Per his master's wishes, he then returned once more to the human world. Only this time, with a sworn duty to cleanse the land of demons and to see justice done wherever he might tread.
Are we talking about Shao here? Listen to the tale of the brave beard, the valiant.
Is that all? Oh, I was hoping to hear the rest of the story.
You like the storyteller? What did you think of the story?
It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling. But it leaves you wondering how he really feels about the whole thing. Did he ever have second thoughts? Only he can know, I suppose.
Oh, I see the show is over.
Did you find Baiju? Were you defrauded?
Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs right away.
Hold on. Let's not lose our cool. Get your story straight first, so you can give them a clear and detailed account of events in the order that they occurred. And one more thing. Do you still have a way to contact this guy?
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yangshang Tea House once I withdraw the next sum of Mora, so I suppose I'll still be waiting on that.
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself for this. I can't believe I was so gullible. I guess the world isn't made for naive simpletons like me.
Don't say that. It's not your fault. Your good nature is nothing to be ashamed of.
Young lady, you're a good person, and I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around. What does that say about how I've spent my life?
What is it, Kaeya? Got a solution.
It's obvious, isn't it?
Huh?
He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
But I want to help.
Come with me.
Huh? And he's dragging me away again. Maybe I should be her. Okay, what?
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here?
I never said I was a martial arts hero. Stop that.
There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we?
Right now, we can at least help one person.
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know you thought of me as someone who helps other people unconditionally. I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really.
You son of a bitch.
You didn't want others to laugh at Captain Wu's woes. You helped Captain Wu just because you were there and you didn't even remember it. You even helped him though you you even helped him think through where we can find the con artists. Yeah. And that's why I believe you'd be willing to help.
Your logic is very straightforward and quite endearing in its simplicity, but I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
Stop that.
Captain Wu, How would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaeya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded you feeling angry and frustrated, but give him no way to get back at you. If it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor, what would you say?
What exactly are you getting at?
The Traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, she's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Captain Kaeya, young lady, thank you. I will humbly accept your kindness.
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking. All right, then it's settled. Per our brave hero's plan, let's rendezvous at Yanshang Tea House tomorrow.
Oh my god. Like 8 in the morning or 8 at night? Cut her off.
Ah, you're here. Good. I'll head upstairs first, and you join me in a bit. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told.
What the fuck?
Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads. If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to remember that.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone?
Sorry, I must have spaced out for a second there. I'll head up now.
As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
Weird. Don't look at me like that, lady. Okay, go upstairs. I guess I go here.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. Perhaps I might have to make the move here after all.
Hold on.
All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply live off of my inheritance.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
This guy looks like the most scheming son of a bitch I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay, so I gotta be careful for what gesture he does.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first?
The other tables are all taken. This was the only place left.
Don't be so uptight. I was just looking for a seat.
They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well. I'll make an exception for you this one time. Let's hope the tea, at least, won't disappoint me.
Man, he really pulls off that asshole card perfectly.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Kaeya and I discussed titles in advance. I'm an inspiring foreign disciple of the Guwa clan. Kaeya is the young lord from wealthy family. What should I say? Kaeya and I discussed titles in advance. I'm an inspiring foreign disciple of the Guwa clan. Kaeya is a young lord from a wealthy family. Well, yes, but is he talking to me or him? I might have to replay through this again, so I'm gonna just say this. I'm an inspiring foreign disciple of the Guwa clan.
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Ugh, this tea is... Never mind. Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful
He touched his
conversation.
chin.
I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman.